going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Kirk and Mark here. Welcome back to MotoGear TV. In this episode, we're going to be continuing with our M3 rebuild series. In the last video, you guys may have seen us. What did we do last video?
We attempted to change some of the arms on the car. So now today we're going to be tackling all of that, including taking down the subframe and reinstalling a brand new one.
So this is going to be the last big step before we go on to tackling the other mechanical issues. So hopefully we can get pretty far today, so let's get started.
Alright, so as we just mentioned before, we're going to be putting in this brand new subframe. The one that's currently in the car is damaged on certain ends of it. To get this out, it's pretty straightforward. What we're going to need to do is to support the engine, because once you remove the subframe, the engine is not going to have any support to be held up. So what we're going to use is an engine support brace. This is going to be mounted on top of the engine to basically hold it up. So when we go to remove the subframe, it's going to come out easily without having anything being shifted. After that, we're going to go ahead and put in the same arms that we had in the last episode. I'm going to lay those out again and show you the process from there. Okay, so the engine support brace is on. Next step, we're going to go ahead and remove all the bolts that hold up the subframe. So about 4 on each side. And we also need to remove the arms, as I mentioned before. This one, we're going to be taking out the sway bar as well. Should be straightforward. We're really hoping that we don't have any fitment issues, either taking it out or putting the new one in. So we're just praying that when we reach to that step, everything goes smoothly. Alright, so we're making some good progress right now. We got most of the arms off and also the sway bar. We do have the tie rods left to take off. It's giving us a little bit of an issue. We're screwing it off for some reason. We're not getting enough leverage to take it off. I think we're going to try and maneuver around it somehow. We're going to try a few different ways to see if it makes sense. If not, we're going to get back to you guys and let you know exactly what we did.
So the steering rack will have to be disconnected to drop the subframe. We tried to do it without doing this, but it just was too much of a pain. So there's one bolt, Torx bolt, holding this in. So that's all you need to remove that. This is also a good time to do your motor mounts and also rod bearings, but we will not be doing that in this video. We actually will be taking it to a shop to have the professionals get that done. But here is basically where you'd begin that job. Yeah, you can kind of get a better view of what's going on with the oil pan. As I said before, we will be replacing that. We have all new genuine BMW parts to be swapping that with, so we'll be able to take care of that pretty easily. There's nothing else that I can see that sticks out. Most of the damage that I see now, we've already been aware of from the beginning, so I think at this point we pretty much just keep going. So if you can see over here, we kind of marked some of the damage already. we had a big impact right here, which kind of pushed this side up. And if you look at the new one, it's supposed to be straight. So the subframe definitely took most of the damage. So I'm actually glad that we're doing this because it definitely needed to be done. And also,
even on the lower part.
Yeah, on the lower part.
If you come from the top, you can kind of see it. So now I think the next step is we're gonna transfer over a few pieces of hardware, and then pretty much just go back into the car.
It was a challenge to take this out.
Yeah, this was not easy.
Inner and outer tie rod.
I would definitely suggest if you guys are gonna try to do this at home, definitely don't, because if you don't have a lift, you're gonna be in for a big chunk, a big treat. But if you want to attempt this at home, I definitely think removing the tie rod ends will make it a lot easier. These guys are here because we had to finesse it around this, and that kind of made it a little bit difficult. So definitely remove these, and then it should be pretty much good to go from there.
Alright, so we managed to get the subframe in. Just have a few bolts that we need to get buttoned up on each side. We need to reattach the steering rack as well. And then when we're done with that, I'm going to go ahead and put in the new arms that we have right here. And also, I think we're going to attempt to put in the sway bar right now. Yeah, so typically the reassembly is always the easiest part. Thank you, Peter. I thought it was going to be more difficult, but everything seems to fit up pretty nicely. Yeah. We're a little bit hesitant if the new subframe was going to fit in good, but it seems to be working perfectly. Don't have any fitment issues, and yeah, should be fine.